Hey everybody, and welcome to another video. Now in this video we are going to be unboxing a kit from Bellum. This is from their Conquest game. It's also the limited edition figure released on their Artisan range. The Artisan range is basically I want to say the more sharper sculpts. It's sculpted here using good resin, so the details are much better. So we are gonna unbox this and to see what's inside. But before that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Yoroni, because this is basically the new faction for Conquest. Now the Yoroni are ancient spirits, once warriors in the Great War of Hosts, a battle fought at the dawn of time between forces of creation and destruction under the Four Horsemen. When the war ended and the mighty dragons defeated the horsemen, the spirits, small but powerful fragments of these primal forces, were cast into the elemental cores of balance. The hope was that the harsh environment would break them down or at least change them. Now, for countless ages, these spirits endured, their power slowly fading under the crushing forces of balance. But everything changed when a small human tribe, believing in balance and the elements, began to pray. Now, because of this prayer, the and the faith, uh, it unknowingly reached the trapped spirits, giving them something new, a path. This path was weak and nearly impossible to climb, but after centuries of struggle, the first spirit managed to take steps forward by aligning with the beliefs that shaped it. As more followed, their journey turned into a vast, towering pagoda, a spiritual trial of endless steps rising from the depths of the elemental domains. Yet, it could not reach the mortal world, which came to represent the ultimate goal, true freedom and enlightenment. But now something has shifted. The barrier between worlds has weakened. The pagoda, filled with centuries of devotion and effort, has grown so strong that its uh, highest levels now touch the mortal realm. So at last, the most enlightened Yoroni can step through and finally reach the world they have long sought. So this is basically a very interesting background for a very interesting new faction or race um, for Conquest. Now, what we're going to actually do is we're going to actually look into one of the um, more, I would say the more pretty looking ones, for me at least. Um, Simply because, well, firstly, it's a limited edition figure, and secondly, it's also part of the Artisan series. Now, this limited edition figure, right, is the Kitsune Onmyoji. Onmyoji. So what it is it's basically a spellcaster. Now I did a quick check on what it actually means now. Kitsune, it's basically a fox. So it's basically a mythical fox, or fox spirit in Japanese folklore. And Onmyoji is a practitioner of Onmyodo, ancient Japanese esoteric system of divination, spirit summoning, and exorcism. Based on the yin yang and the five elements and such. So Kitsune Onmyoji could mean a fox spirit practitioner of Onimyodo, possibly a supernatural or mystical figure who actually uses spiritual powers, which I think is it's a great backdrop for a figure. For me, at least, I think it's very interesting. One of the most interesting factions to come out. So let's not wait any longer. Let's look what's inside the box very quick. All right, so this is the box that the figure comes in. As you can see, it's a limited edition figure. It's a preview figure, actually. I like how Parabellum does this. Every time there's a new release, there's a new figure for it. It's also part of their Artisan series, which basically means the quality is much better on this one. And it also means it's a bit more expensive. Yeah, Parabellum. The box is also not too bad. It's a very nice looking box. And then the back here, you get some of the artwork on or inspiration of how you want to paint this figure. But while look at the box artwork, we can look at the artwork that Parabellum has on its website. Let's look at that very quick. As you can see, the Kitsune uh, is it's a very nice figure. It's surrounded by all these little foxes. It's basically it's a fox spirit, and so it makes sense that it's got a surrounded by foxes at least. Also, the fact that the Kitsune Onmyoji is basically I mean, I looked at the as the I looked at the translation, and that's what it is. It's a fox spirit uh, spellcaster of some sort, which is kind of cool. Yeah, so that's the plastic removed. So let's have a look inside very quick. That's what we got here. The box is very nice. Now first you get the assembly, how to assemble this. So you have to use plastic glue, ply cutters, and precision knife to do this. It's all the bits right there, and then how to put it together, which I think is really cool. It looks like a complex looking model, but I'm sure it's really easy once you have the instructions right in front of you. But we are here to have a look at the figure itself. But before that, let's have a look at the cards. It comes with a really nice base. This is of course the Parabellum way of doing things. There's a round base that fits onto the square base, and you can actually it's like a dual base system, which I think is a really brilliant idea. And then we got the cards, sheet cards, and the full card. There you go. So there's that. But let's look at the miniature really quickly. Let's look at the big bits. Let me just move this to the side here very quickly. Ah man, the sharpness of the sculpt is very nice. This is probably one of the tails. Let me see if I can show you the. Oh, it looks very nice. Lots of bits to clip off though. So the cleaning will take a little bit to do. All this supports and stuff like that, which rails, which actually look really very nice. And then there's the bit right here. This is the other bits for the model. Let's look at that really quick. So you have um, one of the foxes there. Very nice pose. That's one. And you got another one right here. Also another nice looking one right there. I mean, they all look like they're bowing to her or in sub, or maybe in respects of her or something. All four are really nice looking fox models. And then the face. Let me see if I can really grab the face right there and zoom in on the face. It's a very nice looking model. Nice elf-like ears, but it's fox-like ears if you ask me. But that's some really nice detail there. Okay, catch it. Really nice detail. More foxes that's around her. Oh, the foxes look really nice actually, to be honest. Little oinker right there. Or is it another? Oh no, it's another fox. That's a pig. Yeah, and then you got the different parts of the armor. Really nice looking figure, and the detail on this is really good. If you were to clip them and put them together more or less like that, same goes for the bits where things fit and stuff like that. I'm not gonna even attempt to put them together. But let's have a look at what it's envisioned to look like once it's all assembled. And it looks like a really nice figure, a kind of centerpiece kind of figure that you wanna put together. And when I first saw this, Brendan actually sent me the picture, and I was like, oh wow, that looks great. We were trying to figure out whether these were hair or smoke or whatever it is, or what it was, but it turns out maybe it's the tail or hair or something. Maybe it's tree tail thingy. I'm not so sure. I could be wrong. I'm not too good with Japanese mythology stuff. I should be, but I'm not. But when I took a look, I was like, wow, man, this is definitely a centerpiece figure. I'm looking forward to see this painted. Now, Brandon was nice enough to let me have a look at this. In fact, he'll be painting this figure. So hopefully in a later video, we'll actually feature this video after he's painted it. Which I don't know, maybe soonish. I want to say soonish, but I don't know how long Brandon will take to paint it. But big thanks to Brandon or Laisu for letting me have a look inside the kit. If you're wondering, um, there is the normal kit or the non-limited edition kit, which you can get. But Brendan and I both agree that this one is much, much nicer. Yeah. There you go. All the bits and the base, and the card, which I think is cool. And it comes in a really nice box. I wonder what if there's anything underneath. Nothing. Okay. So that's pretty much the unboxing for the Kitsune Onmyoji. The the spellcaster or the summoner for the Yoroni. I'm hoping to see more Yoroni when they come in. They don't look that bad. They look really, really quite good. Here are some I thought are quite nice. But what a great way to start with a centerpiece kit like this. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I hope you like the unboxing. If you're wondering whether you want to get it, I'm not so sure whether there are still any more kits left. If they are, go and get it. It looks like a nice kit. And as always, don't forget to enjoy painting those figures.